Using everything, every trick in the book.
This round's worth 2. This round right here is worth 2 for Furia if they can convert, whereas Heroic, they're just trying to keep themselves that 1-round lead.
And yeah, 5-7s are great, especially on mass and
Hello,
in these surprise positions, but with a 4 versus 5 in front of them, Heroic feels like their days are numbered here, unless Cadian has got anything to contribute on Amiga SMG. Yuri will be diligent, as will Furia, who will take that fight first. Oh no! One is all Cadian's kept to, and that should be the start of the end for Heroic. Yeah, you can bang through those boards. It's just a 5-7. And as Chad has outlined, prioritization might be weapons, and Shush might lose his or find himself a lovely AK. Yeah, just turns.
See if you can get everybody else out here as well. Down and Tessus hanging around looking for a little bit more. I'm sure they'd love an upgrade as well here.
Safe passage is CT way. Away from that bomb blast.
Yeah, it feels like they've identified that here as well. Furia, they're going to rotate through, so trading opposite ends of the map here. Heroic give themselves something. Shush can drop that 5-7 or the AK across to Cadian or Yabi into the next round to play, so they can have 4 players with an upgrade. Drop will go down with the bomb. Shouldn't cost Furia too much here, but as I said, it's meant to be worth 2. Now, if Heroic can cause a few issues, kick up a bit of a fuss here. This was almost a double from Cadian. Again, you know, you've spoken about it already today. You've got to take your team out. That damage being done assisted Cadian in finding that frag. It also was a meat shield for drop there to get it across the line. And exist once more, trying to be that voice of reason, keep them calm, keep them cool.
A lot of Heroic style hinges on, you know, split-second decision-making, communication, and I'm sure that does feel harder to establish here.
And the individuals hitting shots. You look at this team, the in-game leader, the captain, and then everybody else is a plucky rifler. Like, Stound's the jack of all trades, right? He can do everything. You want him to orb, deagle, rifle, he can do all of that. Whereas Tessus, Shush, and Yabi, they're all extremely solid riflers, so they need to make sure that they're hitting those shots. If they're having a difficult time doing that, well, that's step 1 to victory.
Yeah, and it could be absent. Mid, quick, art with pace, Furia continue to keep it dynamic.
And this is the only gap on the map right now, so if they choose to push through this top mid smoke, they're going to profit a lot of map control here.
Especially with them kicking up a fuss, drops flashing in B, all attention's drawn. They will start to investigate the flank. Okay, just distraction, sound cues, keeping Heroic with their ear pressed to the wall. Now that's the rifle, Shush is coming, and okay, lots of action. T's have broken through to middle. A smoke to imply it's all lost, all for naught. Keserato to oversee the potential walk through. Wow, quick deletion. Just as Down braves the smoke, he's taken out.
No commitment here from Furia just yet. They park the bus over towards Donut. Art's in spawn. Keserato warding off anybody trying to make their way through that smoke again. Bit of chip damage onto Tessa, sure. Cadian trying to go around the world to find something. Has been able to find another AK-47, and Yuri will remove Yabi and should remove the pressure here. I think Cadian will want to save this. But that was the only gap, and I'm almost positive on the X-ray there. It looked like Shush was running back. So these are the little details that normally Heroic would have a great understanding of. But the fact they were so far pressed forward, they had that space. I mentioned it was the only gap at that point within the round. And if you're going to be noisy and leave that space, well, you're going to get punished. I'm not sure how much Furia heard, but they were more than ready. And Shush was the one with the AK. He didn't even get a chance to use it. So that is a massive issue. And I understand it's just this eco round with a saved weapon, but it's those little details that are going to start to add up. It's not just in the vacuum of round number 7. It's in the context of this entire series. And we saw even on Inferno, when Heroic had made the right info play. Cadian steps out, short side, AWP up, nobody home top mid, rotates his entire team towards that B bomb site, and they still lose the round to drop 3K. That can't be happening here if Heroic want to make a grand final berth.
I mean, Furia have had so many good reps on Ancient as well. You know, even in the best of 1s, beating Na'Vi in it, best of 3s. We've seen Ancient work well for Furia in the past. The reason they picked it. But T-Hall already solid. 4 in the bag. Just 7 of play. Heroic are geared once again to the teeth.
starting 3 mid here to try and deny any of this space that they've been taking. So top mid smoke, sure. Csgo just limps forward his smoke. That keeps them on notice. Yabi needs to be careful. He's got R behind him here as well.
Might see Stown tested as well. As Ars just disrespected the smoke. Stown saves Heroic. And Csgo pulls us right back in. That was a very aggressive maneuver. Oh, under the smoke. Pushes smoke as well. Stown onto drop. Now he's into the site, but it's not safe. You'd think planting for safe side.
Csgo's so worried Cadian's so worried about Csgo mid right now, but he's actually got all the way through main. So if there is a save call from Heroic, they will fall back. 2 players on B lane, sure.
What do we do with this?
It's such a tough round to get in, and Shusha's going to find himself flanked any second now. Even if he backs off, he's a dead man walking.
Oh, this is going to be really painful for Heroic. You lose a round and you lose all your guns as well. In behind, looking to tap away. It's an exposed man. It's just gone through the gap. Cadian, the last to fall. And Furia, they'll take the round and they'll take it all. Heroic, nothing saved. Not a penny brought into this next round of play.
Other than pistol rounds, what do you really have to attest to Heroic's name thus far in the series? There isn't a whole lot. It's been scattered gun rounds. Nothing is working out in their favor here, and this is not the Heroic we know and love. This is a team we affectionately call them the Fakey Boys. They're always so solid as individuals.
And they're always all on the same page. I feel like they might all be reading different books.
Yeah, I think this is that pressure we spoke about, right? That stress being applied. Well, Cadian has a hero AWP. This would be one way to make a statement. He has purchased into this by virtue of that save to AK, but he's going to have to hit some
targets. Chad, it might be that moment. When all hope is lost. A leader to remind you what you're capable of.
If they immediately surge towards B right now, they have all the advantages in the world. Sure, they don't have cave control just yet, and they know there's Deagle on the other side, but Cadian to rotate back over is likely in a retake stance, not a forward position. Stown needs to take a risk here.
And that is risky, firing off shots. Into the wall.
Path of least resistance, straight up B ramp. The rotation's coming, sure, but they don't have any info just yet.
They're about to get a lot of it. Faceful of information as Cadian does connect on that AWP. They're hoping on and praying they can see more from Heroic. Furia the opposite as they do push through. Art caught, punished by Yabi. Bomb still not planted and Heroic are here. They could stumble as Cadian gets another shot straight through the smoke onto Yuri. The Dane with the only weapon in play.
So low, and there's no kit here. Drop in case Heroic can still win this round. The bomb, it's about 35 seconds left on it. If Heroic make this attempt, it's going to have to be soon.
Off the flash, drop safe from it. Csgo does not have eyes on their corner. It's smoked, it's fading, but they're pushing through. Furia need a multi, Heroic deny it, and a recovered round.
Great round, that is a fantastic round.
Incredible play, look what they leave with. Just as we were talking about such a heartbreaking previous, they get themselves 3 AKs for free and a 4th round on top.
And as Cadian again with that impact, right, you see almost goes down. He takes that initial peek, finds the kill down towards the B ramp, finds another through the smoke. So the in-game leader for Heroic stepping up again, but he had patches like that. Similar themes over in Inferno. You all remember with the AWP. This is the smoke.
Ничего не слышно из-за зрителей. Фурия уже вторая команду так выигрывают из-за зрителей. Վախտում ես ինյակներով էր ախպեր, եթե չես իշում 5 այցը, իշում ես կաբիների մեջ էին։
Ճիշտ էր, ապր։
Հա, ինը վաղ ճիշտ է, նայ ախպեր, սաղ հետ են ասում, ախպեր, որ սաղ ինֆա են տալի ախպեր։ Նու, մի հոգի չէ, դա զու մոտակով պատկերցնում են, հենց գորում են ես, ուժեմ մեկը հայում է, մեկը ոշում են է։
Ես չուսուն է, պետք է մի րոպե հետ։
Իսկ ես ապե ասում, սաղ հետ են ասում, նայ, այս է հոյեչ ես չեմ ախպեր, նայ։
Bomb's not down yet. Stown can remove one. Drop the bomb on the deck. He will, and back through the flames. He's safe for now.
Deletes Csgo. This was supposed to be a Furia round, but these two stubborn Danes. Now safe's posted up. Tess is really limited in his options now, but that bomb not being planted does go Heroic's way.
That's a buffer right there. That smoke creates mystery for safe. He's not sure what's going on the other side. So Yuri might have to be the next to work.
Stown's working too. given up his donut position.
You see how many unknowns. Down's worried about a flank from B right now. You can see how diligent he's being with these corners. If he can get across while this smoke is up, he can come through.
Ապուշությունը էլի լուրջ եմ ասում։
Ապրելն քանի լավշը ձենչն ասում եմ, իսկ զբան եմ ասում։ Նաստո բան եմ ասում, ապա։
Now that smoke might deny it, depends how deep it is.
30 seconds now.
Oh, and Yuri sitting duck, deleted again, quick headshot out of Stown. And it leaves it all onto safe. No
Կոմենտատորի մոտից էս ձևերը գալիս է, սա ստադիոմները, նժջովին ինչ է։
The smoke looking to strike on the low HP. He's got it. Perfect. From Tesses. And what a recovered round out of Heroic.
Yeah, and if it went either way right there, the conversation would have been Shush did his job. He got one and put enough time for the rotation to come in. Right, a question how he was going to be pressured over towards here. And there's been 2 rounds where they've tried to just slide on out quite quickly. One with success, one with not so much. And this was really well handled by Tesses and Stown here. Fantastic work for them not to overstep, because these are the situations where you want to get peaky, when there's all this noise, when there's all this momentum against you, you want to take a risk or two. And that's a great round to win again. So Heroic, off the back of that, well, yeah, Heroic, KD and AWP have been able to post 2 consecutive rounds here and are stabilizing or looking to do exactly that on their CT half. Another buy available here for Furia, but this will be the last of the cash, and then they'll have to take an eco. And you see KD trying to keep things pretty nonchalant.
Ջոկումից բանի պեսերներ կայսի տոբրուները։ Եվրատեսելի։ Որ երկիրը խոսքի կրում է, միշտ հայվատանի մստորները, իրենց երկրում արվում պասկուջոնի։
Հա, տենց երբեք Հայաստանում չէ լինում։
Մենին չի սենց Հայաստանում էլ նման։
He's going to find impact for Heroic. Time
and then էլի բան չէ փոխվելու։
Չէ, ապշե, էլի հետաքրքիր կդնող չէ, ասքի։
Դե տենց չէ, բայց որտեղ հիմնականում մի երկիրը վրա կրում է։
Հիմա վերջի 6 տարվա մեջ ոչ մեկ վերաբերյալ չի կրի ախպեր։ Աստրալիս մտածած թվի վերջ անգամ կրել, դրանից հետո նույն թիմի մեջ անգամ չի կրել, ոչ մի թիմ։
Չի դզի տենց իստում, որտեղ սաղ թմերում էլ խառը երկրներից են։
Սա վեշնին գետ, Rio է ոտում, բան է ոտում, չի դրում։ Մի քիչ կզարդում է Հայաստանում բան։
Հայաստանում ֆինանս բան չկա։
Look at the speed by which he wants to retrieve. He's going for it, got it, and posted. Not ready for this though. 2 about to peek through, try and clear it out, and he does let it go. It was a great Deagle headshot, but I'm afraid it doesn't lead to too much more.
This is looking more like Heroic. They're understanding the situations. They're playing more as a team. Looks like communication now. Yabi will spot them pushing through, and Shush set up for great success. He has looked away, but the bomb will be denied. And it is just Csgo, the last man standing to fall. And a tidy one here. Now 3 straight. I think the biggest streak and that was from the pistol round and conversions from Inferno here. So if they can make this score now against what should be a very high investment of Furia, course corrected. Because this was looking a little bit worrisome for a while, but this is much more like the team everybody at home knows and loves.
Heroic-ը կրվա իրականում։
Yeah, I mean, it would be doing a disservice.
Oh, they're forced.
Too heroic, and they.
Okay, well, it might just be. There's a couple of options. A execute. So 3 players going flush. He's lonesome. That nade deep. Oh, it's a molly. It's tickle damage, but they're still coming.
He's got to be ready. He's just got to bring the fight to them. Through the smoke, but through the fire, through the brimstone. He can't get anything more. Yabi does drop on the jump. Art has got the through, but he's got the bomb on his back. Risk to completely adventure through Temple. And Tessus could have your number if you try. So really, hinging on Cadian to catch this.
He's hearing this.
Timing perfect onto safe. Furia, this force, flimsy.
Yeah, it's a curious decision right there. So they would have been hoping for a plant in this situation. Round not done yet. Back turn. Csgo gives up his position. And now he's starting to whip a little bit. Yabi removes Arts down onto Csgo, and they'll call that 7. The longest streak of rounds have been posted. And I really feel that the fire starter of that force by, wow, around that KD and AWP, it's done an awful lot to get them back in things. An awful lot here. You can find the pivot moment within this half so far.
Oh, 100%.
So the win of the half should be almost assured here for Heroic, right? Now you see Furia relinquish control of the economy. Go for a half by knowing max loss bonus into the next. There's a big conversation, is 5 enough? Well, How many do Heroic want? Get themselves up to the double
Բայց եթե
digits.
տացով
Trace
ինք
option with the
պատանի,
smoke
եթե
down, the
ապացնի
pressure.
հաշվի բան։
Դա հերոկը
Problems! Big problems! Cadian's going to run down as well. On a light buy, Furia are looking to completely flip the script. Art goes down. It's Shush that tries to hold on to the round and has done so magnificently. Info aware of K Serato with just his $700 pistol to his name and two likely to peak him. His read of the play is great. And Yabis puts him away.
They're playing off of each other so well now, Heroic, right? It's the info players and then jiggling into each other, taking the fights. It's not necessarily buddy-buddy shoulder system of trading, which was once upon a time to go, but it's making sure they're in positions to clamp down together. And that's going to force the second time out of Furia here, who can get back into the buys. Now, it was an extremely costly round. It shouldn't have been this close, but it's great to see Katie continuing to deliver when he's under pressure. So if you're starting to sow some seeds of positivity for Heroic, these are all starting to go into that big column with a big tick.
Սուտից։
Այս տուրնիրը աշկի սուրյան կարեց ընգեջ։
Fair few different looks to their T side.
Բախշելն ընդհանուր չեմպիոնը։
What little remains on this attack.
Նման է։
Work the most. They've walked into
That's
the
right.
very successfully.
Ման outside and Hayeren.
Like that mid one.
Yeah, precisely, and that was against a lower buy, so it's going to be hard to replicate something like that. Now,
Հայկո բեցրովինը սույշ մերաս թիմեր երկու տարի առաջ Ֆուրիան։ Ամերիկանը միսկի բան չէր ելնում դասա։ Սկի ինչա այդ բանը չէր ելնում ընկեր։ Այո, պրես։ Սկի բան չէր այդտեղն աշում չեմպիոն, մեծ չեմպիոնատ խաղերին։ Ուժը ֆինալը հասնում մեր կոտարան։
Ապա յանի մեծիցիա նորմալ թիմ սաստավ դզվում է։
Safe here trying to chase the tail of Shush that has been able to get past towards spawn, so Safe aware that this is a possibility. He hasn't really got to use this off. That's his second shot and his last for the round, and that is 9.
It's so
Are
funny.
something now
With
what's
the
on
gameplay
up in
alone, you
America?
can see when players
sure.
are starting to feel themselves. It's so apparent.
Yeah, it's the little details right here for Heroic that are starting to come together, and now we're going into round number 15 with Furia. A 6-row streak against them, right? The fact that this is now piled up, the pressure shifting in a different direction. Sure, they have the one map in the back pocket, but once we make it to Nuke, that's anybody's game. They lost it yesterday against Na'Vi. That was the map they dropped.
Competitive one. Heroic exciting on Nuke as well. Will we see it? Wow, that's a lot of nade damage. Will Tessus build upon it? The answer, a resounding yes, and down established. More damage out of Tessus, one by one. They tumble into Heroic and sprayed down to a scrap of health. They've got just over 30 to Not out of it though. Not out of the woods are Heroic. Nade. Oh, he gets away. 3 HP. Safe space says it all. K Serato's just going to sit idle on the side, forward position, and let Safe go and clear through cave.
What առաջի ռաունդից էլի։
Բայց իմ ժողովուրդը Heroic-ը գրել է այնսեն։
Utility dry.
Ասել դա հա։ Բայց option դժվար։
Option չես կարող ասես երրորդ կարտանում ես։ Random է հələ որ։ Երկու թիմը լավ պատրաստված են այնտեղ։
Lol.
A solid defense. We'll be changing sides. We'll see if Heroic's attack is equally as flamboyant and potent when we return.
Ay, քոարանգերը դու ես մտա։
Դուգիշ, ասում եմ ձայները բանը պատի լսես, ես չես կարող լսես։ Ճամից։
Orada asıl mahkele sanglarının lan bağlı.
Եք հավիլա տելեվստան։
İşte.
Լուսանջետը սիստեմը։
Marça ne?
Բացետ մար չկարապեմ։ Նու բաներ, բեսից ձենն ես չէի կարում գարավարım ճամիր։
Ha. This is impressive. Trim tone. Nasıl çağını var ezdi? Bırakım seni var, ne bırakım seni var. Our freezy DPS the zoom and get normal house level head.
A tale as old as time. Competition. The taste of victory, the reward, and of course that harrowing defeat, the price you pay. We've got two teams and only one spot in the grand finals. We've already got outsiders waiting, likely watching to see who will face them. Now, Heroic didn't quite show up in that first map. In fact, they may have been swallowed by the cauldron that is this arena.
Oh.
But here on Ancient Furia's pick, they didn't look quite so sprightly, quite so indomitable in the jungle. 5 to work with. Heading into the defense now, it can get away from you. If you're on that attack on Ancient, it can feel very hard to post, but 6 is all they need, Chad, to take us to nuke.
There's two questions right here. For Furia, is 5 enough to get them across the line in a 2-0 fashion? For Heroic, is that Cadian Hero AWP the catalyst to get them back into this series and take us to nuke?
İslamov kalesi karatani.
öyle yeterim kırayım.
Need to look ready if required. You can see him maneuvering whatever the team
Hero
needs.
correct.
An info push down B lane.
Это Фуриан Карма Пистон, Карма Овшихаха.
Yine
Это
çok
Чечен.
çok kısa süreli ha.
They're pushing him. Oh my god, it has the chance and the frag. K-Serata with one back and it's even trades.
Uftek.
All day, 3 on 3. Bomb fake. Tess is not so sure. You can see there is a lot of doubt right now as to where Furia resides.
Shush isn't ready for Yuri coming around behind main here. This could be the difference maker in the frags. If Shush doesn't turn around, if he goes down, if he gets pipped at the post, Tassis and Yabi are in difficult situations. There's essentially 3 1-on-1s. Yabi, is he going to expect Drop to be creeping forward?
Oh.
And Drop hits a massive shot. Tassis gets it back and Shush wins the fight. It's all on safe.
Safe, okay. In mid, perfect opportunity to at least be able to...
LOL.
They're going B. They're going to drop back and go B here.
Working it out.
Çağını
Still
mola.
just going to sweep through the angles. He'll work it out eventually, but Tessis and Shush are taking their sweet time as well.
If they go up through red, they're taking the fight to him. Safe's just called the site somewhat clear. 30 seconds left.
This is weird. He's got a kit, no armor, and they're coming for the safe route back into safe.
LOL.
God, they're so nimble. And now with backs turned, he has the info, he has the jump on.
Ժողովուրդ ձեներից նայի։
Չէ, ինֆո jump ասացած է։ Jump նարեն
Lovely find, heroic. Accelerating towards map 3 with a good pistol.
And we had concerns about Shush. Take a look at the top of the tally right now. 18
Yeah,
kills
you
in
could
total,
do
leading
it,
the team, leading the server by leaps and bloody bounds here. This was handled fantastically well after that foray, and this is where it got dicey. Right, the idea to jump that jaunt through Red House, a very, very risky maneuver for the Danes, but it will pay off when they get
Yes,
both
I can,
pistol rounds here. The recipe for success. That 5
David
big
Pubg
numbers
ասում
Furia
ես,
դեմից
is
էլ մի
not
հատ
to
հետևը
doubt it.
բանում միդել է։
Especially on the ego.
Ես որ չեն լսեք, եթե ախպեր մատնում
With a bow on it.
աչ կնայ դեպենից, եթե մի հոգուց եմ լսածել նա։
Frags in the round, there they come. 3 and 4, and it's all 5. Force down, farming himself up some cash. Lovely injection of
Lol.
confidence
I
as
think he
well.
heard me. I think he
They
heard
saw
me
it.
say Shush was at the top of
They
the
saw-
table, because
they
that's
saw
what
it
it is,
in
but,
the-
you know, the padding, just that padding right there with
They
the
saw
egos.
my
He'll
say.
take him, he'll love him, he'll lick him up, and now heroic. Looking to knock him down. Furia, they can get the buys through, but there's two Mac 10s. Yabi and Cadian can accelerate with these. We spoke about Furia going for those uppercut type maneuvers on Inferno. Well, heroic can do exactly the same. We've seen it already happen once earlier in the tournament.
Interesting. Cadian,
Very noisy.
very noisy. Whether that's deliberate remains to be seen. It certainly does seem to be the case. Look at the way they're moving.
Yeah, well, it's easy to draw an A rotation, even if you just show a little bit of legs. So, two players on that A side. Case Rodo and Art safe towards top red. Yuri and Drop in a relatively passive B stance right now.
So Cadian's going to deny mid-info. You see that jiggle from safe? It's going to be useless. He wants to get a nade on their strafe.
Might be
now,
too late
bit
here.
late, yeah, a bit late on that one. Misjudged. Info, though, goes both ways. Cadian crawling, showing
Ուրին
a lot of
սմոքն ես
face. They're lucky
դիբելին
to have gotten away. There was art there.
Աչե։
They showed A main pressure.
Ուժը
and
գիտի
mid
ոնց
pressure.
սակն
So right
փագի
now,
միդի։
this has to be respected from Furia. They've even started to clear out top cave. Everything you want and more here. This is looking like a home run for Heroic. They're covering all their bases.
And now you just got to run it home. No messing around here. Smoke out, smoke exchange. Okay, that might actually limit things.
40 seconds, still time to pivot back towards A here. Cadian trying to listen for plays. You can see him now highlighted by our ops
Ike.
team, listening for any rotations with that Mac 10 in
Ike
hand.
Ike
It has to be B
on
now.
Yeah, art hit wall, K-Serato still temple.
Madam գալիս է տոնում, այլ 3 րոպեից քնած անի։
And upon this fade, it's Shush to try and open up. It's Tessus with a headshot.
Poison
Yuri,
spread.
okay, in the corner. Down goes Yuri, and round surely slipping through their fingers.
Կոնկրետ
Cadian's so
փակի։
disconnected. He was playing for the save right here. He was waiting A this entire time. Art looks like he's coming for this K-Serato too, and Drop, he's still in position to find fights.
But they'd have to be getting a wiggle on. No kit in sight. Yabi, wow, long range with a Mac 10. Makes it look like a rifle.
Beautiful stuff here. And now Cadian, his positioning previously may have been perfect. Tasses, did he see them slink away? We're trying to cut them off at the pass here. Yabi wants to have some more damage done. Tasses will be the one to get the kill and call that 13. This looks like stomps on your opponent's map choice. Is getting stomped out. Should be K-Serato. Isolated now. He gets 2 for his troubles. Cadian finishes him off, and let's see if he... No, he can't. All right, the round had ended. He was going to see if he could find himself a rifle there and a blown back. He just carries through a USP. That's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. You take the round over the weapon, I believe.
Nice one out of Tessus, and he built upon that as well. Yuri, I mean, at this point, once you've got that first, you're going to be double peaked.
But did you hear the color by number Counter-Strike? A main, mid, cave, XQB. Perfect. You have all the space. Furia have nothing.
Uh-oh, Art has nothing to celebrate in this one as they continue to lay down the law on the Mac 10s. No helmets in sight. And Yabi seems very well drilled on that SMG. Will take an upgrade courtesy of Art.
I don't see how this gets out of control.
Yeah, this is just a walk in the
Let's see
park,
how
leisurely,
Toko's
strolling in to the
Oh, that's not
unguarded
okay.
A site. They've even got a contingency plan in Yabi. Yeah, sure.
Կոմպլետ բորշ
You can
նա պես
investigate,
կարող։
unless you hard clear those boxes. Yabi should have you. Already takes down safe.
Might go down from above here. Yuri's coming.
And he will. Nice find from Yuri.
Skida je
Still,
автомат
3
не
versus
швича.
3. You've recovered a rifle. You've recovered an SMG. In fact, make it 2 AKs. So I feel finances
Yok,
might be making
Mapinchen
the decision
kavalı.
for Furia here.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it by the books. You got to listen to the accountant here because there
Yok.
was that flex M4 fast down mid on Ard, and that's why they went for the reconnaissance mission.
Ora նյոկի վիրեյթները նայ արամ։
Ինչա։
Նյոկի վիրեյթները նայ։
Ինչքան է որ։
Դեմոս նայես կջոգես։ Ապե իսկուսնե հավասարեն նայ, ապե իսկուսնե հավասարեն ապե սկիլով։ Ապե իսկուսնե նույնց չափ են կրել, ինգեր, արա ինգեր։ Ինոյալներն ու նախո։
Yeah, you wait till we start having
Ora,
players called
Հա,
guns.
ճոգի։
նոյալներն բուրշման են ասում, նյոկում, կինոյալներն։ Դուբոյ բանով հավասարեն, ճոգից։
Have to sit back and stomach a 30-second timeout to discuss, hey, is this even possible? We said, is 5 enough? Well, so far, it's not looking like nearly enough. That first half, it started with a smash and a bang, and it looked like Heroic would be going to the underscore airport quite quickly. But we're back in the game now. We're back in the series now.
Those 5 rounds from Furia were in the 8 opening rounds. It
Եվ
has been
որ
a
տիպի
long
պետք չի time-out հապ։
between drinks.
Դրվստում եմ։ Լավ ու վաղմած ֆեյսիտ քաշել, աղբոտ տեսարա։
11
Ես ու
rounds
դու
sprint
դրմատ
from
եմ
Heroic.
ֆրաս
And
տասվել
remember, the
եմ։
catalyst for all of this, Cadian's Hero AWP, a round they never should have won.
With smoke bangs galore, it was gorgeous. Now it seems like Heroic want more to take it to Nuke.
So many smokes used already here. Cadian has 1 available for the late round, and we're still at 1:25, so it might just have to be a pack roll mentality and try and maul them out here. Now, look at Art's position towards Donut. He's playing he was playing ahead of the Donut position. You can see he wants to flirt with a fight, flirt with some info. Right now, Furia are in the dark.
Yeah, completely blind, no idea. Serato will throw a couple of bullets through that smoke. Safe to do so by virtue of the silencer. Art to be Molotoved in or out as he strafes out into Stout. Big opener for Heroic. Safe has to be the hero, but he can't even get his eye to the scope before Tessus takes him out. Serato down and out as well. This is too good. Heroic have done too much, and they agree. They agree. Yuri, drop out of there.
This is the simple side of Counter-Strike. When you looked at Heroic on map number 1, right, they just weren't hitting the necessary shots. When they even had the correct stacks on the bomb sites, they were just out of line. There was some whiffy moments, even early stages of Ancient, where they were taking those long-range duels over towards A. They were just missing shots that they should be hitting, and now they're hitting absolutely everything. So Heroic are back in a big way.
And do you know what the most promising side of all of this is? Not only Heroic maybe going to give us a banging third map with Furia, it's Shush and Stown are clearly handling it with an environment like this. You know,
and when we get to Nuke, they're going to be equally as important here.
Right. I mean, some of the most influential riflers on the team. Tessus as well, he's been hanging out, holding his nerve.
And look, it wasn't that Stown was a non-issue throughout the Legend stage, but he wasn't the Stown that we all know and love. He is, if you're going to pick anybody in the team, meant to be the superstar, but so far in the playoffs, he's finding that form that we expect from him. Final timeout exhausted here from Furia. I think they're waving goodbye to this, and the big red button, the emergency of the double orbs being pulled back out. But this must feel good. You're keeping the crowd relatively silent here. You bounce back from the drubbing on the opening map.
Your opponent rinsed through their timeouts. They've got 5 rounds to boast.
Yeah, and this is the thing. They're the favorite here, right? They're the ones where it goes the other way. All these people have come to see you win. And you could disappoint all of these fans right here, right now, within the next hour of play.
Yeah, it goes both ways. When there's so much noise, it's the absence of it that becomes the loudest. You realize, guys, I haven't heard them in a while, and it's because this map, you've given them nothing to cheer for. Does that lead to a spiral?
The 13-round streak to close, that's impressive. That is impressive stuff.
They used to be framed as the baddie. Well, this is definitely looking like a very good map from Heroic. 1 round to go. Furia requiring a monumental feat if they want to do anything. Flames at his feet, careful, safe, down to 50. On that Molotov. Fullback Orping, it's still a hard fight for anyone that wants to brave the Cave Avenue, and it does seem like Heroic are considering it. Yabi will be throwing out mid-util, but this is the fight. And it's Yuri that takes it, safe combines. Heroic losing bodies. Don't have to commit, but K-Serato alone on that donut side.
Good space here for Yabi to work with.
Art may not be prepared for something so forward. Yes, the smoke is there, it implies. They're formulating a plan, but it's been disrupted. It's K-Serato that stops Shush. As that plan came through, forced away by the flame. K-Serato stubborn, and it seems so of Furia. They will not relent, they will not bow, or give you any single round for free. You will have to take it from them. And Tessas, well, doesn't get anything done.
Okay, sure, it's a blip on the record here, but this would be quite a comeback for Furia to make this possible right now. It doesn't really feel possible. There's enough money for a heroic buy, and they're going with these cheeky plays here. I can see more Mac 10s being purchased up as we give you the highlight reel. It was an important kill for K-Serato to understand where the bomb was trying to transition within that mid-round. The fans are getting pumped up here, but watch them sit down quite quickly as these Mac 10s shred. Yeah, we saw Furia use it to great success, and playtime cancelled by K-Serato. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Definitely not shredding anything right now, getting shredded themselves. I'm sure Valve loves seeing these SMG buys into the guns. Their 5D chess of having every weapon used. Trying to buy some space for Shush here. Donut smoke will land. Okay. I was going to say if Art tries to play ahead of it, but don't worry, Safe is ahead of them. And now in towards B, Yabi's going to limp. 7th round. Acquired.
Assim, vai te mostrar quando eu
Essa é quanto que tá, né? Não. Que tal se também que tal se não vai ser assim?
It's alright, you can buy a new one when the Heroic win the next round.
Second time out here for the Danes.
It's a bit chunky over on the money side, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit of abacus work. Yeah, they can sort this out quite easily. Tassus can drop a gun to Shush. He's down to be able to buy himself something. Caden even into the AWP here, so shouldn't be too many dramas. This is just such an uphill battle for Furia to take this back. Then they'd have to go to overtime. Then they'd have to convert in overtime. And you wonder the energy that you're going to use here to try and get yourself there is going to be worth it come nuke. Well, let's see. Cadian posting up early with the AWP. Nobody on the cross. You can see the smoke that they've dropped gives him a little bit of a gap to deal with that deep incendiary. And they're actually going to use this to usher themselves forward. Yeah, and I mean, they've encountered an AWP once. Not to be this time. But the supportive flash leads to a great first frag. Again, K-Serato is opening up into mid. He nearly takes 2. Art now will fill the gap. They're in trouble. Heroic do recover. Nice from Cadian. Hunting down his drop. Big frag through the smoke to deny. Aggression from the defense. Oh, spotted there. Shush almost had a key piece of real estate over towards Temple, but K-Serato has noted him, so he has to drop back here. Yabi and Shush left on polar opposite sides of the map here. The bomb is marooned in middle. How do you dig yourself out of this one? Yuri will likely have an opportunity onto Yabi if he continues to hold this position, but they don't forget where that bomb is idle. Drop responsible for a whole lot here. Shush will Molotov drop out. Oh, Steve, yeah, that's a one-way. That should be it. It should be. That's very nice. You can use that one way to stop, unless Yabi gets it first. 20 seconds, what do they do? Back to B. They just have to beat Yuri here. This is the shot we were talking about. Yuri, aware they're going cave side. You can play the ramp, stop the bomb, win the round. And extend play as backs are turned and bodies are dropping. Trying for the plant, run on down. Safe will save them from an extra bomb plant to contend with. But yeah, that's certainly another step in the right direction.
Դուզենեին կանային տանեին ժամանակ։
They've broken Heroic here. So that spree of rounds, I believe it was 12 consecutive to get them up to 15.
Արեցին բեստան խոմար են անում ախպեր։
Չնանո։
They've been
Խոմար են
slow.
անում։
Furia
Իսկ Discord-ը մտնում են գերա չասեն 30 ռաունդը կրում ենք։
some light investments to keep us
Մեկ
somewhat
վսը 4
interested in this,
ամենացը
but
ռաունդը կրում ենք։
Furia not giving up hope just yet. So the B lane
Ո՞մ
completely
մտնում
led to
Discord-ը։
flames. So
Ոսկի
many
ախպեր։
Խաղի ժամանակ։
there to
Խաղի
make sure that
ժամանակ,
there's no quick
Այ ախպեր
maneuver.
արամբոնա։
And there's 3 players on this side.
Կուրսես բանդե вообще չի թող ընկել ինձ տանտեր կոմպետը ոնց ասեմ ին
You don't want any
Որոշի մեջ չես
extra
կարող
bomb
բացես
plants or
ընկել։
frags.
Միր։
If you were truly
Ես
to score the
ինձ
comeback
դեռ
as
ես դեռ որ
ridiculous as this one
իմանաս։
is, has to be handled with
Վեթի
grace.
սիմպլի բանը նայ
Look,
ախպեր ինքը
it's gonna be
սաղացնա։
difficult because as you win rounds, a lot of
Իմանալի
players
նավի
start to
կայզնո
build their
ու կանադը։
Mercury finds one, and that gives
Ես
a whole lot
կանադը
more
ունեմ։ Ընդ սաղ ցույց է տալի ոնց է մասը կառնում իրանց տանտերները բանում։
Ապա TeamSpeak չի մտնում խոսալու։
No, it's just Cadian.
Իրանց մեջի team speak-ն է։
It's just Cadian.
Ուրիշ team speak, ապա ես լի team speak-ն է անգեր։ Դու ոչ իմանա չես անում, դու արդեն խոսում ես։
Double orb still equipped, still effective. Ever since
Այս
we've seen them
սիա
put it out, we
երթոն
haven't had heroic quite yet rustle their jimmies. Art posted up in mid with Keserato in support. Yabi forward of the Flames. Conversation being had for the setup. Safe with his AWP on B. An AWP apiece. Oh, it's geeky. And it gives them that full control. They have the knowledge. The phase one of Cave is theirs. Yuri, 50 HP off of that nade. He will stand his ground though. He has safe to rely upon.
See, nobody's overstepping the mark here. Very passive from Furia. Heroic are just waiting out a lot of this util. They're hoping for an overstep. It's not the same getting all the map control they were looking for, at least the presence of mind. And the bomb's starting to drop back now with 40 seconds left. Yabi's looking like he wants to sell this fake over towards the B site alongside of Stown. They can smoke left and right at the site, and there you see it deployed. It hasn't forced a rotation. Art's still here.
And he's ready for you. Oh, Shush just better. Art is good, but Shush so much better. Back turn, Keserato got a double in middle.
He's good.
Completely disrupts Heroic's victorious moment. Is this still on? Cadian equipped with the AWP. Yuri going round the world. 2 to knock on Donut Door. That's Shush with that AK. And he's already found drop. Keserato slipped the net, but he seems aware. Shush, eyes glued to the screen as he wants to take us to 3. Time's ticking. Safe is fragging. Oh, and so's Keserato. It has to be Tesses. 2 to 5, and he can't quite get it. There's time, and we go again.
That was a great opportunity there for Heroic to close
Razif
things down.
davam
You get the entry kill in towards the side.
right.
Keserato with that double.
It can't be understated, the impact this man is having, and he's just stone cold the whole time.
Nobody rotated towards A. He was the closest member to be able to do so, right? So you had Arc close main, you had Keserato top mid, and the other 3 were committed towards that B side because of the fake. This is the shot from Safe on Acadian, gets traded out, but Keserato and Yuri, the Fangs of Furia, delivering right here to get to that double digits. With the plant, Heroic get themselves a little something to work with, and this might have more pace behind it.
It looks like it. Oh, look at the damage. Look what they've done to them. Yuri kept sleeping. Didn't realize Tessus had slipped through. But the nades, the flames have put Heroic in dire straits. They've recovered the AK that Shush brought through. Onto the now healthy Stown.
It's innocent of course of the Furia now.
Wants answers here. Now Stown could find a big
Oh, cool.
headshot.
Ջուժախտովից խառաչեք։
Another. Oh, and he gets it onto Safe. This leads us into a very kooky mid-round. Strap in. Things are about to get funky.
Yeah, this is a classic heroic here. They tend to send one member out aggressively. That's Cadian going for space, and Tessa's might quick caught in the back. That's the bomb down. Cadian's fun and games is all over Red Rover.
Serato, another impactful frag. As they're up.
Много yok biz vurtalı, şatıldıkları. Bir
I
korku.
mean, we said it was impossible.
Aa,
I
kim
think
olmadı?
there might only be 5 people that didn't believe that. And they're in the center of that stage. Heroic still. Many an opportunity. Already posted 15. It is just the elusive 16 that has passed them by 6 times. 6 opportunities.
Nice.
Gone awry.
It's
Second.
a good couple of kills,
Problem.
but again, the context has to be set. This was just a half investment to level out the cash, for the loss bonus to come through to get the full buy now. They have a couple more opportunities of rounds like this, and if they keep planting the bomb, they'll get a whole lot more. So that's something that heroic you have to keep in the back of the mind. They get a lot more chances to swing for the fences in an environment like this. But that sinking feeling for the Danes, they have to be creeping in round after round after round. We just need one. Let's get this done. Let's get to new.
Evet, doğru.
Starting to get hungry for it now.
Chyba to
Everything you
sobie
can
trzeba
need to post up
I'm
a
caught in
single
cover.
attacking round.
Caseroto's not stopping. He's actually taking a lot of A main aggression.
GTX
here. So this is
için
going to give
adamın
them early
aslında çok
information
aslında
right here
iyi.
for Furia that nobody's coming toward A whatsoever.
Çok da aslında
Only
bak
2
karan
players on
tamam.
B, which is the change up from the last few.
You saw a shadow. Evades Cadian's T-side or.
Yani Merc aldı gene oraya koski.
Yeah, they're just
Sık
trying to block
flash'ları
the right
mıydı
side.
daha?
The rotation is safe, has to come
Ben
back.
nasıl mutlu
That's the
mu?
conversation they're having now. They're leaving him toward donuts,
Koski.
actually aren't and drop. Like ships in the night here. Maybe an exchange of utility. And sure, she might get caught off guard by this. Caseroto forward.
So far forward. And Caserato's ready, willing and able. 25.
Ama laf et kısa dona kalmaktır.
Safe already in the feed.
Orada
Heroic.
Kseratona
This heavy
dediğim gibi
investment is
değil.
just being plucked piece
Yapıları
by
kısımda
piece
zaten.
out of the server.
Belek'in kısalın kıtasın qaqal.
Adı uzak kalmak.
Looking to recover.
Ești cu cât de aha, mare.
Nice smoke to facilitate Tessa's taking this duel, but Art's ready for you. He slips through.
Համարյա ֆինալն է լավորը, ես ու կդե աճոտում ես, ինչ բիզնես արը։ Հմատ խորած։
Committed.
Aa,
Art takes him
Ora,
from the grave
bomba
with the
kısa.
flame. And now
Oğlum,
tucked away,
oğlum.
it's Yuri. Takes a chunk out of Katie at long range.
They're boxed in here.
Sokmuş çıkfazla roundan gir.
Safe. Down.
Siver çıkanlar.
Shouldn't be anything more to be said. Already information flowing, but it's Caserrato. He's a problem. You gotta get through. Caserrato.
Orası
Zaten çok önemli.
dalga
What a
roundı.
beast. This is his round.
Hazır
He's trying to hold
poposunu.
on to his prized possession.
Bora zengin
Rahat
kızı.
They're running at him. He will be cleared.
Vay kor sağımına.
He got tickled right there.
Yeah,
He
you
got
saw
tagged
it.
on up. Almost hunted down in the final throws of that one. And remember, I said the bomb needs to
Abi
go down. They
ծեվագում
need that cash injection.
Չնայած
Well, no,
լավ
no,
է։
denied right here.
Որավի կոնեն այս ռաունդ
A great
կարող է
shot from
բայ
Tessa,
անեն,
sure,
վաշի
great
քակն է
flames. You
չանեն։
mentioned the bomb.
Ah,
This one
չէ։
from Yassi, but they
Ջոգից
were forced
ադիր
in.
չէ, որ
It's a
ֆրեյկը
horrible place
չանեն,
to find yourself
քակն
with
է
not a
չանեն։
lot of time on the clock and
Մնացած
final
roundերը
moment,
պես
that is
տալու են
stressful.
ողում։
Well, you can make it
Սիլիմա
work with this.
15
It's not ideal. Certainly, in contrast to the previous,
Hasta
Heroic's
pasın
chances are
kaldı
lessened,
işte.
but
Այս roundը տվին։
let's see if
Որտեղ
Yuri can
իրենց
teach him
բայ
another
Բայ
lesson.
արին, այդ մենը ասում պետք է բայ չանեին, նա որ եթե ավիկ սեփ չանեին, իրենք բայ չէին անելու։
Հա, գիտե։
They're running into him though, but you
Հիմարը
gotta
չի
remember
լավացում
him.
խաղում
They've
հանի
got smokes
ասպիտի։
available. They can smoke donut, they can smoke
Ջաբի
CT, they
մոտ է
can
մտա
light
էկրանի
inside.
մեջ։
Is that the preference right
No.
here for Heroic? That's the big question.
Ոսկի
Տեսա՞ր։
ձեռներով գիտի
Caserrato
դողում
has a flash. He will
ախորենցնի։
not be able to
Էկրանի
extinguish.
մեջ
You
է
can see
մտա
that smoke has been
Ջաբին
used to
նախ։
block the top of main. The
Տանով
question
նայ,
is, will this
ռուսականով
free up a
նայ։
rotation? Drop this starting to make an input play down for you, Ram.
Կամը։
So how quick will the penny drop? Apparently,
Իրականում
pretty
վերում
damn
է
fast.
կամերան։
Art's here as well.
Ah.
Cavalry has arrived.
They took too long about it. Caserrato and Art then. A donut lean for the defense of A.
It's full contact. Where's the util? They're just going in dry.
They're hoping Caden can make space.
Ռուսը կամերանի
They
մեջ
will
մտա։
fly through. Counter volley or smoke is even better.
Սերկոստն ատա։
And now the
Տարավ,
fight is taken. It's
տարավ։
Caserrato again denies.
Ես ռոք չտես։
In the feed. pace. Last to find. All bodies dropping. Yavi gets 2-3. Oh my goodness.
Ay kore çok güzel.
That was close to ridiculous.
Vay orası. Vay orası. Արա չուկում ես այն մեկին է խփել ինչպես դեցեր։ Չուկում ես խոսքից մոքից պրոստը պատրոնը ծուր խավայի հետ գախին։ Զուտ։ Միամ։
Look at him, just handling business. This dude doesn't sweat. He doesn't
Սերտոն շատ ուժեղ խաղացել, բայց նայ ստել է։
He even catches a tag on Kesarata.
Քսարական դեմները պիզդեց
He
անում։
got down to 50 HP. Yavi went for
It's
something
job,
absolutely
you know,
absurd there, but we go again.
Այն հետևին է կպնում է վաշը։ Արա քսարական չնե հետի կրվում է ինջովից։
Հա, շատ ուժեղ ֆրագմենտ եղեցա։
Արհամերն բնգեր քսարական խաղը դրվում ամեն եկնում դուրս արևը։ Արա ամեր բան բնգեր։
Այս թեմ սերատոնն է անգեր։ Ու մնացածը։
With what? Attack 9?
Հա։
Ինքնա ուժեղ։
Furia digging their heels in deep.
Իպաստեն անգետով է շատ կիլանը բաց
His
քսարական։
attack.
Քսարական երկու կդե է մաքուր։ 30-15-ի։
Այա։
Game plan set. Will it be match?
Դատորյան է։ Սաղ մինուս կդե սաղապ է։
Or will we see the full 30 rounds of
Ստալետինով
regulation?
արմոր են խաղում։ Ֆորսն արը դավը։
Down goes
Forsen
one,
arı.
down goes two. Hold
No
your
circle.
horses. Safe has to save him.
Oppress.
He's already hitting shots. Needs a third.
Oppress.
Sensational.
Wow,
Through the
this is
top.
big.
Oppress.
On the weapon is Casey
Ասխտակ, տանի
Pushing
կսարտան։
through. Art as well. Stown does not have the health for this, but he does have that bomb down. There is
Ալու ես քսարական բաց իշլակի է։
Դեֆոլտ ապտի նայեն ապ։
domination.
Ինֆոտ չկա որ լոյա պետք է ինֆոտ։
Smoked off. What's the react? Do you go for the bang? Do you go for the walk? Hart and Kesarato hyper aware. Another smoke on the bomb.
Na
Nothing
parashit
for Stown to
chikara
work
ani.
with. If he could just find the diffuser.
So,
Vay
this
vay
is
vay։
Kesarato again.
Bomba դրին բաց։ Bomba դրին անգեր։
22 kills for Kesarado. He will not relent.
Դիարեսկո 15-ը խաղում է, 2-10 կդե է խաղում։ Մեկ։
They were so close there, Chad. Safe with some heroics as well. For a
Ora
moment,
mees
the
kus
Babe
tas
thought it
kadar.
was in their grasp, but
Shot
Furia, they
güzel.
stash it again. Kesarato, the saviour they need. As we go to a full 30, can they hold on to this rope for one final round and we go to OT?
Last match հոգումս կամբեկ
Will
արին արա։
heroic after all of this still have enough in the tank? All it takes, as you discussed, is one opening kill, one player on this heroic side to get the
Ալալա
better of
դենգեր
them.
էս կանա դաշը թե ասան։
And this house of cards of hype
Եթե դաշը կարողան է
crumbling
կանգնել։
down, dispatching Cadian early towards the A lurk.
Might have to be a bit
Չեմ
of a road
կարծում որ
classic
այդ
here.
խանդը տան։
Find yourself in
Ես
mid-back
կուզեի
foray,
կրվեմ, ես
and play the
հավանդա։
rotation, see if you can
Որ
play
բոյ
into Furia.
երթ
It feels like
ապրնային։
Cadian positioned over towards A main
Առաջ
is there for
է,
exactly that.
կրեմ։
Again, this cave presence being felt. Safe is on the line here to make sure that he can
10
detect
ռաունդ չեն
any
կրվի
leaks.
իրար
And
հետևից։
they're just starting
Ինչ
to rejig.
կրվում
Fury backing him up. We've seen this one before.
Որամ ջողիմս 10 ռաունդ ունի։
Counter util.
Նոթ։
Shush on the corner. Safe burning down off the place of that Molotov. Has to be replaced.
Ու չկարա տանի։
Drop.
Իզի։
Caught out on the switch. Quick trade back. It's safe that keeps things level.
Տրեյ ֆրագմենտ։
He had to hit that. Permanent knock-in. That's another smoke.
Bomb's going back. It's a classic heroic maneuver here. They're trying to fake this B site and then pivot towards A. Art has not moved from Donut. Cadian's taking space.
Սերատոն
but
առանձին է
Kesarado
խաղում
just
ջողիմս,
running.
հույսը մենակ իրեն վրա է նախը։
On this map, but not
Vay,
anymore.
güzel.
Cadian's caught the hero
İlk
with
çıkan.
his trousers around his ankles.
They're going back to B.
This is cheeky. Art slaps him.
Bomba
Hits the
xıpet.
backside and says, no, you don't. He
Yuri's
also
still here.
knows. Tucked in the corner, Stown on the ball.
Allah valla.
Շատ ուժեղ է։
Hitting their
Շատ ուժեղ է։
and the impossible
Շատ ուժեղ է։
in Rio de Janeiro.
Կամբեկ
I believe we go to OT.
կամբեկ արին անգեր։
It was written in carbon,
Ուրա սարե ընկեր։
Տեսար։
but the
Օրալը ծնալը նայ, սարին չանդում վրա զալը նայ։
distance we see overtime.
10 straight rounds to go 15-15.
Սարե։ Հիշում ես ինչ էինք ասում էինք Unreal-ը, լույսը տան թազա սկսեն։
Ահա,
Մեկան հասան էսը կնվել։
Timeout բան են տալի։
And a Furia just got him. They just got you in time.
Ոնց արա դուրս է նայ, արա ստադիոնից դուրս է նայ։
Oh dear.
Ստադիոնից դուրս է նայ, ինչ վիճակ արա։
Slipping through the fingers of Heroic. They have to shake it off.
Մոտ չեն ցույց տալի։
Էսի ստադիոնի մեջ չի, էսի ոնց որ ֆուտբոլի դաշտի դուրս է, էլի, դուրսն է, հայաթն է։
Ոնց է հայաթը եղբը։
Ախպերեսի ներսը չի ինգեջ։
Ներս տանքեր։
Վայ,
Ինձ էլ ներսն է։ Վայ։ Դաշին ստելու տեղը կան, դե հեն ալին չկան։ Ազատ տեղ կա Pubg-ջան։
Աս։
Ասում եմ դուրսն է։ Ալին նա ինչքան տեղ կա ապա։
Էսի դուրսն է ամես։ Դուրսն է։
Լավ ախպեր, հա։
Հա։
Դուսնա։
Ես քեզ դարի տարան սա ապոցն։
Լավուջոնետի ներսն աղպես ստացիոն է ձևա։ Բերնային նստելու տեղը ինչքան կա ազատ այ աղպեր։ Ստացիոնն է։
Գերես ես քեզ նկարեմ ուղարկի ախպեր շենքա հետևը մեռնեմ քեզ մեկ էլ երեք անձրև էր գալի ստադիոնը քո ուղարկած փակա։ Բասիկ դրբել կնա։ Ատե քո լոքեյշնը սկփչում է ճիշտ չես լինի իմանը։
Ահ, լավ։ Բայց մարդ ոնց է նայում ապրես տուֆտա խաղը։ Նա ինչքան տեղ կա ազատ Pubg-ջան։ Դուրս է եղբեր։
Ապա դե եթե ինքն կապշի նայ։
Ստացիոնը Pubg չի։
Էսա պրեսնիվական։
Ստացիոնը Pubg չի, բրատա։ Լավ։ Դան չեմ ասում ապ։ Հրապարակում դաժին նայում են ինձ։ Մեզ տելևիզորով։
Eyes on the prize. An incredible comeback, a turn of events that leaves us still in ancient overtime. $10,000, MR3, first of 4, and Furia within touching distance still of a 2-0. We thought Nuke was a certainty, Chad, but we've had a reality check that Ancient is still on.
The score was 15-5. Heroic had a 12-round streak to get them there, but Furia, with 10 consecutive of their own, level things out. And we go again. Right on Heroic, you can't run, you can't hide. The statement needs to be made on the server.
Դավստրին մեջ են, է։
How do you keep your hands steady
Ապա դավստր դուրսն են։
after 10
Օրնեկրան դրա։
opportunities slip through your fingers?
Բան է։
Fury
Այս խաղացողները ինձ գլխին հազիվ չի գարի, ճիշտ է, հարց եմ տալի։
Ախ, գրես, դա մասում։
Անգեր, մի հատ մտի էկրանից էլի բրացուտ։ Նայ, սիմպ երեկվա խաղն է, խաղարի երեկվա խաղն սիմպլ նա, թաց չեն, չէ, էկրանը թաց չի, կողորիկը թաց չի։ Չէ, նայ, Pubg չէ վերև ախպեր, ոբշե ստադիոնը որ նստացա, սա անձև չկա, չէ, նայ, հետևը, նայ, դար խաղը է թմը, նայ, նայ, հատ չեն, չէ, անձև չգարը, նայ, ներսնա ստադիոնը ճիշտ է, նայ, 2-3 հաշվի, ոսի չհանգիր։
Կապրեցելի ստացումը հետ է։
Ստադիոն ներսն է, որ Pubg-ը, մի ստադիոնից դուրսն է, ով որ խոսքի կոմշի առը, նա, սեզ մի բանն է։
Ես ծուս կտամ ես։
Ես ախպերն է, այն անձև չի գալի։
Ապա հինա, ծմեցի սկրինշոտ եմ անում ծուս տամ։
To see brought into this team 27 years of age. He's no spring chicken. This is when we're in the era of youngsters, the academy, the next generation. He's the author for the team, showing that he's doing it on the biggest of stages. Yesterday with some good performances.
Ստադիոնը, սկրշը Pubg ախպերս է։
Ախպերս կրշեն միանը բաց է։ Հետևը նային, հետևի մարդուց բաց է, ընկելը մա։
Բայց հետևի մարդիկ վերև են, չէ, վերև է, չէ, ախպեր, բայց ստվածը ներքև է,
Ոստեն։
Բայց իմ ասած մարդիկ ախպերս տապին են գացում, ներքևն է։
It's been a long drought on this T side. Heroic literally scratching their heads. One round feels like par for the course on this 3-round
Եթե կարամիջով ներքևիչն եմ ախպեր օպշին։
The problem is for Heroic, it feels like nothing has worked. Right?
Հաստատ է տաղրենար
Remember
մապը։
early, the rounds that you got away with, there's no time to take stock, take inventory, and recall how were we able to manifest that magic number of 15. And this is a different look from Furia. They were playing passive over towards B throughout. Now they are taking liberties. They're extending. They're playing in the B lane, and this is a whole new onslaught of decisions that Heroic have to deal with.
You can see it's really...
Look right now, we're at minute 20, there's 4 players, all 5 players are still in spawn deciding where they want to go, how they want to finish. They've dropped out of cave smoke this late. Yuri's just going to sit in it.
What a brilliant way to counter Heroic's mid-intentions by taking early lane.
It's just a change up here that in that 2-minute break that we had where that discussion must have been at the top of the list. Let's throw something they haven't seen. Let's keep them guessing.
Oh my lord, he's even hitting his wall bang. Fury chips Asus down. Smoke towards the window. Heroic need to find some ground, and it's parking Tessus here that will be the first step in that direction.
They're reading them so well. This forward presence on B lane has now netted so many players over towards A, but hold up a second. Something's got Art moving. Caserado and Safe are still here. So it's a 2-1-2 split as Tessus takes this mid space. Safe's a difficult individual to flush out from that line.
He's got the angle. Can he post the frag? Pulls the trigger. Cadian better still. Caserado into the double. Into the site is down. Bomb to be planted. Cadian posted for Art's crawl, and now that time is ticking. Gets him on the jump. Hits down Art. Cadian making the difference now. On that aggressive AWP drop, and Yuri remain, and Tessus, the contingency plan, they're not expecting this. Oh no, they certainly are now. Rips their health away from them very low. Heroic, this is their round, and they're just confirming it. Yuri hiding in the corner, but that was the elusive T round. How long did it take to get this one?
What was that? 11 straight. 11 consecutive here is no time on the clock. Yuri's going to go down with the ship here. Might want to take a couple with him. Down also. He's going to fall, and Yuri, as you can see, removed from the server short. But Cadian, opening kill and the follow-up. The AWP from the in-game leader again. This guy is not the emotional self that you traditionally see because he knows that he can't win this fight. He has to do it in the server. And that's the impact. Sure, it might feel too little too late, but they're not out of this game just yet. We tie things up 16-16, and finally, the streaks have been broken.
Presence of mind to jump to clear the corner before the peak is masterful. Last round of Furia's defense. It's been a very successful jaunt on the CT side. Oh, and Art, talking of jaunt, is going to walkabout. Gadian is prepared for that. Here's a second T round out of the question. There's only one way to find out.
You can see this is deliberate pacing from Heroic. You don't want to be running through the flames, the util. You also want to take some of this momentum away from Furia. Have a slower start. Allow them to sit there and stew in their own juices for the first few seconds. They were the ones just riding this high, this momentum, trying to close things out. Well, now they're scrapping to keep themselves in it again. They are on this more favorable side, and we know that they had their own struggles on the T half. So you mentioned a 2-1 split. That's what Furia are looking for here, but the same can be said for Heroic now. And once more, they're testing A, K Serato, Art, Safe. They're all in touching distance of defending this site.
K Serato's been a thorn in their side on this site, but he has Art to take contact first. Nades barraging in. It's still K Serato though, knocking him down. Heroic condemned. You can try the remaining two. Doogie put up a fight. One from Cadian, one from Gabby. A double into the smoke on the spray. The newest addition to Heroic demanded to do the impossible. 18 seconds. They know where you are. There's nowhere to run, but they may know. Oh my goodness. Yabi is threatening. Furia up to 17. They got their 2 defensive rounds. We swap sides and we go again, but again, K Serato never. Just some miracles recently.
Դրոշումը ստադիոնի դեմ բանա դրած, դուչա մեծ էկրանը դրած, որ տոնշյար հավդորած, նայել է հավդորային նախ, դվորդոսից նայ զրի։ Հրը հայկական վիճակրանի բրոզին։
Ջրիների համար կա է։ Ջրիների համար է կայել։
Բայց Հայաստանը սկետը չկա։ Հայաստան բանա, համեր գարնում է թվում ստադիոնի կողի շենքերի բարեկամ հարել նետանից նայում է։
Չեմ ջրին հետ ապը մեր մոտ։
And he's so scary for a head-to-head duel. Tessus tries his luck. Successful this time. Safe still. The only member of Furia left to go.
Բայց իմաստել է, թե ստադիոնի մոտ նախնի անձրևի տակ նայես էկրանին պիզդի։
If not do better, can they lock out Furia?
It's going to feel rough knowing you allowed this to go from a 15-5 scoreline all the way back into OT. In a semi-final of a major, Heroic, they've been to the quarters, they've been to the semis, they have never been to a major grand final. And the same can be said for Furia on the other side, but they've already done one better. The last 2 majors for Furia, they only made the quarterfinals. They're in uncharted territory right now.
Shush, a deep incendiary or Molotov is beaten by Yuri's rush. Extinguish? This implies pace. Cadian has to deal with it, does put drop on the dirt. A quick one out of the Zilpa. He's racking him up. His 2 of the shots necessary. Safe on the rifle, dips away. Frag back, still limping off Furia. Very attentive defense. You can see how quick they were there to support Cadian. Things will slow down upon that smoke.
You can understand why they want to hang around and see if they can catch anybody overstepping the mark here, because they don't have anything to reinitiate this fight with. It was an all-in, and this is for 18. Cadian's done a great job to get them 2. We're into the mid-round right now with plenty of time on the clock, and Heroic are the ones answering the questions. Shush and Yabi, top mid, Tessus still going passive over towards B. Down is relinquished as A control has joined the pack. They can surge around the map here if they want and search for any information.
We're very quick to react to Stown's call. It's Stown that will be that first contact.
They've sent 2 probes out here, but they might not get it first. Stown might be the first to take the fight.
Jumped off. Safe. eliminated.
Yabby's flank, there's no way.
Կարծում
They
կին
can
արել
get down, but that might be all they have to celebrate. Csgo around the smoke, deleted. And Art having a go with 4, hunting down. Quick clear from Yabby. Heroic, first 2 out of the gates. Now, this is where things get interesting.
This is their 11th chance, Alex, to close the game. They had 10
Wow,
before,
big
and they bought themselves one more.
One more chance,
Orası
otherwise
kan
we won't
sıkıntı
take
bakalım,
lead
değil mi
if we go
gerçi?
again.
Timeout kabul edeceğim.
A very high stakes round of Counter-Strike. Safe, equipped with nothing more than a scout.
The T-size woes are coming back to bite Furia in the arse here. This is a risky play
This is
from Arm.
Pacey. They're putting it all on the line. All on the line. This map hangs in the balance as it's traded out.
Orası çoğanımın birisi. Kasır atın.
Stow needs it, gets it. 2
Taraf.
on 2. And there's still a whole round.
They're not looking, they're not looking.
No one's ready. He gets the one. Drop still somehow alive and in it.
Yeah,
There was
pretty.
potential on the flank. Tessa's round. Stow knows where he is.
If he gets the bomb, he can run towards A.
I think his plan does manage to get away from the initial
Oh,
fight.
he missed the bomb.
Still okay. Tessa's already on the rotate. Maybe this is all part of his grand plan. Drop.
Ah, they're ahead of him here. They're so
Running
far ahead of
in.
him.
Heroic should have it. Nuke a single kill away. Resilient, but down. He's brilliant, and so are Heroic. Holding on. In the face of adversity, in the face of a very wobbly second half. Heroic have secured
Allah
it.
They had
var
to fight a
update
15-5 scoreline that felt almost squandered. This is going to be good.